Hello, guys. Welcome back to Quality Shot Tennis. It's Anthony Hirsch here with the call for the quarterfinal matchup between Coco Gauff taking on Paula Badosa, and what should be an exciting match between two players that have been number two in the world, two of the best players in the world, two exciting players to watch. Badosa finding a little bit of consistency in slams and on a bit of a run here, and Coco Gauff not at her best tennis in the last match, but she always seems to find a way through it, or often does, and seems to often make it deep in slams. And here she is again in the quarters. We'll see if this is an upset alert match or if Coco can get through pretty easily, or at least, make it through without too many scratches. We'll see what all happens, but they are currently warming up serves. And yeah, we'll see how this matchup plays out. Rybakina went out yesterday. Sabalenka and Swiatek are still some of the big dogs in the draw, some of the big top seeds in the draw. So we'll see how everything kind of works out. It's 3-3 head-to-head for these two. So it's all tied up. They're playing the tiebreaker at the moment to lead the rivalry. Let me know predictions. I've got Coco in straight sets. Let me know what you guys think. They are still warming up serves, but we're going to get started fairly soon. Gauff has gone through Kenin, Barrage, Fernandez, and Belinda Bencic. Belinda Bencic played a fantastic first set, and Gauff really found her range as the match kept going, which was impressive. And then for Badosa, for Paula Badosa so far, her tournament, looking up these players here, it's Wong, Gibson, Kostyuk, and Danilovic. Listen, there are no top 10 players or anything that she's faced, but Kostyuk is no slouch. In fact, she had a great Australian Open last year, and Danilovic took out Pegula, and she's been in great form herself. So Danilovic is dangerous. So that's what I'd say about that. So it's going to be an interesting one here. I think two former world number twos going at it. And Gauff is a former world number two from about a couple weeks ago. So anyway, let me know your guys' predictions, any and all predictions for this one. And I was going, Chica, good morning or good evening, depending on where you lived. Hello, Chica. Good to have you in here. Yeah, for me, it's evening. I don't think I'll be able to watch the Alcaraz-Djokovic match, which I very much regret because that seems like it's going to be an outstanding contest. We'll see. Maybe there's a reality where I can fall asleep somewhat early tonight and then wake up at least at maybe 6 o'clock and catch a lot of it. I don't know. I'll have to see. That might be what I do. I've done that before, and I was like, I've done that before where I choose to wake up a little bit of ways into a match. Every time I've done that, which has only been 2 or 3 times, I've not regretted it. I was like, oh, for some reason, this is the perfect time to start watching. It feels like this is when the match is really cooking up. In tennis, usually the first set isn't the most exciting one. Sometimes it is. Rarely it isn't. Or commonly it's not. I don't know. Whatever. Rarely it is the correct way of saying it. Anyway, so I might do that. I'll see, but I'm right now. This is the perfect time. It's prime time. It's 7:45 p.m. where I'm at, basically 8 o'clock. But yeah, that Djokovic Alcaraz match will start at 4:30 in the morning. So it's just the worst possible time to watch. Yeah, I was going, Joseph. That's crazy that Alcaraz versus Djokovic is a quarter. That's easily a final or semis for sure. 100%. 100%. They should just make it a final. Forget about all the other players. Screw them. It's a final. That would be crazy. Just kick the other 6 players out of the tournament. It's done. We're making this a final. Good try, guys, but Y'all are out. It's Djokovic versus Alcaraz final. Get with the memo. You guys are out. Sinner, nah. You're out of the tournament, buddy. We want a Djokovic versus Alcaraz final. Coco in 2 sets, 6-4, 6-4. I'm thinking very similarly to you, Joseph. I think something. I was going to say 6-3, 6-4. So that was my scoreline in my head before when I was saying predictions. So we'll see. We have similar predictions. Good serving from GAUFF, starting us off early here, 40-15. Hilarious. Appreciate it. I appreciate it. Serve from GAUFF here at 40-15, trying to hold for this first game. Serve down T. Backhand's going to be wide. 1-0 for GAUFF. Holds at 15. Holds at 15. They're showing the, I guess the last time the GAUFF Badosa played in Beijing. GAUFF was on quite a run at the end of the year last year. Yeah, that's right. Badosa took the first set. No. Yeah, Badosa took the first set 6-4. And then I think GAUFF ran away with the third, if memory serves me right. Like 6-1 or something? 6-2? Yeah, 6-2. Haha. Tennis knowledge. Okay, nice. Yeah, so but GAUFF won in 3 sets over, but it was the last time they played. I was going Joe, Coco, in 3. I got something to say about Novak and Toby Jones thing. Say what you want. Give it to me. I think I wasn't a huge fan of the apology. I'm not going to lie, but it's my opinion. Coco in 3. Okay. We're saying Coco in 2, so we'll see. You're thinking Badosa is a real stern test for Coco. Could be. She's a great player. It's going to be a great match. I mean, 2 good athletes with fantastic backhands. And we're going to see some interesting rallies. I'm excited. Yeah, that might be what I do. Right after I finish streaming this, I might just go straight to bed. And then plan to wake up at like 6 in the morning. And then I'll be like an hour and a half into the Djokovic Alcaraz match. But they're the second match on, right? So what's the match at 3 o'clock? Because maybe they won't even start at 4:30. That might be the best way to do it. Because 6 o'clock is a relatively normal time to wake up. I just need to go to sleep somewhat decently. That might be what I do. Let's see. What's the match right before them? Sabalenka, Pavlyuchenkova? Yeah, honestly, they might start at like even 5 or 6. I think I'd be pretty good doing that. I'd feel pretty good about it. Maybe I'll plan to do that because I don't want to miss that match, honestly. I've been trying to figure out what I'm gonna do. I think that might be the go-to. Who's Ben Shelton playing in the quarters? Lorenzo Sonego, who is a very talented player that has never really has never gone to the quarterfinals of a slam, but he's always been fun to watch, talented. People get annoyed because of his grunt. The guy's got over 1 million streams on one of his songs on Spotify. Pretty good, actually. I remember listening to it first time like a couple of years ago. What else? Last opponent that Federer ever beat. That's Lorenzo Sonego, first quarterfinal. Forehand, that's in the net from Coco, 15. Toby Jones is a pot stirrer. He's an Aussie rules review show on Channel 9. He says these things to get a reaction. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's interesting. It's just like, what's the line? Like, what's the line for comedy and news? Like, I'm all good for comedy. I like dark comedy. Like, I don't care. Like, honestly, like my thing is like, I'm very pro, like, I'm pro like comedy, right? But there's a time and place for this stuff, and it's just like in front of those fans, Serbian fans, and you're saying like kick him out. It's like it's the context. It's not just like context, but it's like it's like being awareness of where you're saying it, because it's like, are you news or are you comedy? Right? It's like, which one are you? That's the whole thing. I was going to phase on. Think Toby is being sarcastic. He's a Collingwood supporter. Yeah, I mean, fair enough. I guess I don't care that much, but I didn't love it. But yeah, I don't care too much. But I understood why Djokovic was upset. I'll say that. Backhand goes cross to the backhand of GAUFF. Forehand of Badosa. Forehand of GAUFF. Forehand cross. Goes to the forehand of GAUFF again. Backhand cross court. That's a great shot from Badosa. 15-40 early on here. 2 break points for the Spanish player here, starting off. All right, 2 break points. Serve Coco down the tee. Backhand Badosa. That's going to go long. 30-40. Forehand goes way up high to the smash of GAUFF, put away. 2 break points saved early on. Listen, I've said this many times. It's one of my staples of things that I say when I'm commentating a match, because it's one of the things I firmly believe in tennis. Any point or any game of a match can be the most important point or game of the match. Any point, any game, for various number of reasons. It's one of the main reasons I love tennis. In a game, just because a game is happening early, it doesn't mean it's not the most important game of a match. Sometimes the early games are the ones that count the most. And that just is what it is. And if you play tennis, I think you'll understand that more than somebody else. But a game that's like the first game of a match could be the most important. I've played matches where I felt like the first game was the most important. I played a match 2 days ago, and I'm not at this level, but just holding that we were down break point. I saved the break point, and then we kind of got the momentum from there. When the match ended, I was like, that it was really important that I held in the first game. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, every game can be the most important game. So GAUFF saving 2 break points here, who knows? That's tennis. It's a double fault from Coco. Double faults were really she was having the yips with the double faults earlier in the tournament. Hopefully she's got that under control, I hope. Fast Badosa start. Potentially. I was going Lexi. Good to see you, my friend. Forehand. There we go. Serve from Coco. Deuce. Kind of a mishit of a serve, but she gets it. Backhand. Ooh, she hits through it, but just hits it wide. Does Paula Badosa. Both of them have that big 2-handed backhand. Advantage to Coco, trying to end off what's been a long service game. Kick serve, very short in the court, very attackable, and that's exactly what Paula does as she hits through it. Deuce. Very excited about this one already. Deuce. Yeah, it was awful against Emma Navarro, who's going extremely well down under, by the way. Yes, Emma Navarro playing really well and has fought through 4 3-set matches. Freaking Haddad Maya at the French Open a few years ago. That's what it's reminding me of. But Navarro's played insanely well. Good stuff. That's US Open. Yes. Yeah, 19 of them. Jesus. I didn't even remember that. But yeah, I was there at the tournament when GAUFF lost to Navarro. So, yeah, trying to defend her title, and Navarro took her out. Navarro is a fantastic player, I'll tell you what. But if her opponent's double faulting all the time, it helps. But yeah, Navarro's really good. I really hope that Navarro continues to do well in this tournament, even though, yeah, she's got Swiatek next. And Swiatek just played a match that she won 6-0, 6-1 or whatever. And Navarro has played about 24 hours on court like Medvedev last year. So it's going to be hard. Really, that was a great match. Yes. Who's the only WTA player to reach the last 3 Grand Slam quarterfinals? Ooh, good quiz question. Who's the only WTA player to reach the last 3 Grand Slam quarterfinals? Let me think about it. It's not Coco because she didn't get to the Wimbledon quarters. Could be Sabalenka. But did she do it at Wimbledon? How did Sabalenka do at Wimbledon? Could be Navarro. Is it Navarro? Yeah. Is it Navarro? I saw it right before you said it, Joseph. But is it Navarro? Think Navarro could beat Iga? No. Yes? Okay, cool. That's a good quiz question. Keep it up. I love quiz questions. Think Navarro could beat Iga? I mean, yes, she can, which sounds a lot, by the way, but is she going to? I don't think so. But I'm just going to be honest. I think Svitolina is going to take out Iga in the semis. or if not Svitolina, it could be Keys too. I think Swiatek's losing in the semifinals. Could eat my words. That's genuinely what I think. I say that as if that means I'm going to be right. But yeah, I have GAUFF beating Svitolina in the final. I really like how Svitolina has been playing and just working her way through this tournament. And I've had Coco winning the tournament from the start. So I don't think Navarro's going to take Iga out, but I kind of think Iga's going out in the round after that. Navarro could help tire Iga out a little bit. I could definitely see that. She withdrew at Wimbledon, shoulder issues. Okay. Oh, Sabalenka did, right? Yes. That's right. Or wait, let me. But then how? Yeah, that's very familiar now. Yeah, because she had a mess of a year in the middle of last year, even though she ended number 1. Yeah, so she didn't play Wimbledon. So I just want to see what Sabalenka's like at Wimbledon. She didn't play Wimbledon 2022 or 2024 because obviously the Belarusians banned in 2022, along with the Russian players. I mean, Sabalenka definitely is a factor at Wimbledon. Jabeur had to play a generationally great match to beat Rybakina and Sabalenka back-to-back at Wimbledon that year. I don't know. GAUFF, by the way, starting a little bit of an onslaught in this return game, 15-30. Svitolina played so well against Paolini. Never seen her play so aggressive. Yes, Svitolina's playing awesome. I reckon Svitolina might make her first slam final. That's my feeling. I'm still not like obsessed with Swiatek on these courts yet against the best players in the world. She's had a relatively quote-unquote easy draw to this point. Svitolina is anything but. I promise you that. Forehand goes out, so 30-all for Badosa serving. Paul Badosa, 3-time major quarterfinalist. This is her first at the Australian Open, though. Reached her career high of number 2 in the world in April of 2022. Forehand, GAUFF is right there, though. Bad play from Badosa. But GAUFF just missed it out, though. I was sure she was going to find a way to block that in. But anyway, Badosa should not have gone right back to GAUFF. Yeah, if GAUFF had the racket face just facing up a little bit more, I mean, obviously, I guess, but she would have that would have gone in. She was right there. Hindsight is 2020. Another serve from Badosa here at game point. Forehand goes to the forehand of Badosa. Way up high. Smash GAUFF. Ooh, down the line is a great smash from Coco. Fighting here. Trying to get that break. Deuce. Forehand of Badosa goes to the backhand of GAUFF. Inside out to the forehand of Badosa. Forehand cross. Again to the forehand of Badosa. Badosa is getting a lot of forehand practice. She hits one down the middle to the backhand of GAUFF. Backhand of Badosa now. Forehand of GAUFF goes down the line. Ooh, she goes down the line again. Nearly makes it, but just hits into the net, top of the net. But I mean, some unforced errors are better than others. Like she nearly made that, and at least she hit the right shot. So that's an unforced error, but it's like maybe like unforced errors should be split into like bad unforced errors and good unforced errors, because not all unforced errors are like bad, you know. If you're going for like the right shot, like there should be like a stat terrible shot, horrific forehands, shank backhands. Those should be stats, and then you have like decent unforced errors that were the right shot. It just didn't go in. Hell of a forehand from GAUFF. Just great injection of pace there right into that corner. Good stuff. Backhand goes to the forehand of Badosa. Inside out. Backhand of GAUFF. Lob way up high. Ooh, that goes just out. Back behind the baseline. Advantage to Badosa. Mad props to Evilise. Lucky loser. Yeah, hell yeah. Crazy given all that's happening in Ukraine. Hopefully that war ends very soon. Yeah, 100%. There's a lot of crazy things going on in the world, and yeah. Absolutely. Backhand. That's in the net from GAUFF. Just a couple shots there from Coco where Coco will be mad that that game got away from her, to be honest. But it is what it is. 2-2. Good play from Badosa, though. Badosa does not want to play too many more service games like that. So long games for either player on their serve, both managed to hold. So serve from the American. Goes to the backhand of Badosa. Backhand of GAUFF. Backhand of Badosa. Backhand GAUFF. Going backhand to backhand. Backhand cross. That's going to be out. Badosa is one of the players that does not mind going into a backhand to backhand rally with Coco. Coco has a fantastic, sensational backhand, but Badosa does not mind the backhand to backhand. She'll want to be playing those, I think, rather than the forehand to forehand. I think GAUFF will not mind the deuce side exchanges cross court. That's not going to be a problem for her. Even though her backhand is better than her forehand. It's true for both players. And with GAUFF's improvements off the forehand, I actually don't think she'll mind that too much, but we'll see. Coco's just warming up. I think her endurance and stamina is the key to this match. Maybe. I think that's a fair take if you said it's going to be 3 sets, and it definitely could be. So let's see. I will say, though, that this is Badosa's first quarterfinal at the Australian Open. I don't know if these conditions are her favorite, but you never know. And she's played a good tournament thus far. But GAUFF, I think is just warming up in this tournament. Like, I think she's going to start finding her best level. She'll need to use this as a big warm-up to potentially play Sabalenka in the next round. I'll tell you that. Because that's not going to be easy. By the way, how long has Pavlyuchenkova been around? Because how many quarterfinals has she been in? It feels like she's literally been around forever. She probably has been around since I've started watching tennis back in 2009. Forehand of GAUFF goes to the back end of Badosa down the line. Forehand of GAUFF, cross court. Oh, Badosa, great get to get the racket on it, but she doesn't make it in the court. 40-15. Yeah, Pavlyuchenkova has really been in a truckload of quarterfinals. This is her 9th quarterfinal at a major. That's impressive. What's even crazier is she's lost 8 out of those 9 quarterfinals. That's Rublev-esque numbers. So, her record is probably very similar to Pegula because she's also reached 1 major final. No semifinal losses. Just 8 quarterfinal losses and 1 final loss. That's crazy. Tennis is really a losing game because you can be a player that good and yet you don't have a single W on your stat sheet. Every single one of those tournaments you lost. Like tennis is like such a like life isn't fair kind of sport. It's like life sucks, bro. Get used to it. Life sucks. You lose. Screw you. Unless your name is Djokovic and you never lose. All right, 3-2 for GAUFF, who holds. Over a decade as of 2019, Pavlyuchenkova. That's wild. I can't see anyone but Saber Coco winning title. I think that's fair. But I definitely could see other players winning, but I think they're the favorites. Like I said, I've said this before, and you've heard me say it, Joseph, because you were on the stream when I said it. But that match is going to be a tone-setting one between Sabalenka and Coco for not just the tournament, but for the whole season. That match between Sabalenka and Coco is so important for this season. I can't overstate how important I personally think that match is for this year. Like, it's really going to be a tone setter, I think. Sabalenka, the current world number 1, but Coco is, many would say, the most informed player in the world right now, having won the WTA finals and just winning the United Cup and playing well. So anyway. But actually, I'm just curious, if we compare Pegula and Pavlyuchenkova, they might have like the exact same slam record in a way, right? Like Pegula's reached 6 quarterfinals. She's lost 1 final. Pavlyuchenkova, what'd I say, 8? She's potentially she will have lost 8 and she's been to 1. So if Pegula loses 2 more quarterfinals, then they will have literally the exact same slam record from quarterfinals and onwards. Yeah, but really struggled against Bencic, who's just coming back. Bencic was playing amazing, though, that first set. I don't know if you watched it, how much you watched of that, Chica, but she was playing insane. If Badosa loses first set, we'll Steph play second. I wish they could substitute that in. That would be hilarious. GAUFF will be like, what is this? Coco's going to be like, what the hell? Hey, yo. What is happening right now? That would be the craziest thing ever. Mixed singles with substitutions. That would be awesome. In a way. Demonor and Bolter. Just have all the tennis couples. No, you know, it'd be really fun is like exes. The players who aren't dating anymore, but they used to. That would get awkward. I don't know if they play doubles together or if they just like substitute in. I don't know, but. All right. We're still early stages, but we're getting to what they call the meat and potatoes of the match. And by them, I mean me. 30-15. Serve from the Spaniard. Serves into the net. Second serve. Backhand down the line goes to the forehand of GAUFF, forehand of Badosa. Pretty short, and GAUFF is pretty attacking with the backhand down the line. That forehand just quits on her, on Coco. Her level against, it's not like she hasn't played without struggling, GAUFF, especially in her last match. And so far, she's hit a few, I'd say unforced errors into the net off both wings, particularly the forehand, where it's just too low. Don't really know, just too low, and they're going to the net. The net clearance is not there. That's a double fall from Badosa, so 40-30. Badosa hasn't beaten a top 10 player at a slam, 0-3. Wow. Fourth time's the charm. We'll see. 4 times the charm. We will see if the 4th time's the charm here, as Badosa serves at 40-30. Backhand cross to the backhand of Badosa down the line. Forehand of GAUFF. She hits it out. 3-3. Threes. We're at threes. Business end, yep. There's no such thing as love in tennis, only winning. The movie Wimbledon. Nice. Where's our friend David? Even against Barrage, yeah. That's interesting. Where's our friend David? Yeah, David, he's just been busy. He's had his own stuff going on, but I'm hoping that he returns soon in some capacity. There's but he's got stuff going on. He's currently busy. 15 love for GAUFF. Hey, how's it going, Ghost? 3-all. Yep, 3-all, and it's 3-3 in their head-to-head as well. GAUFF winning their last meeting in Beijing in 3 sets after losing the first. 15 love here. Serve, that's a forehand, the net from Badosa. 30 love for GAUFF. Serve out wide, forehand of Badosa. That's going to go out. 40 love. Serve here from Coco with 3 game points. Trying to book a spot in the semis. We're still on serve in the first. Backhand cross court to the backhand of GAUFF, forehand of Badosa. Her ball's falling a little bit short. That falls wide. So it's 4-3 for GAUFF. I've got a question for you guys. We're currently watching 2 former world number 2s. Who, in your opinion, is the greatest player ever, men's side and women's side, to never get to world number 1? GAUFF likely will get to world number 1. But anyway, the point is, to this point in time, who is the greatest player ever to not get to world number 1? Men's side and women's side. That never got to world number 1. It's not a particularly thrilling match, is it? I think it's moderately interesting. It's not bad so far. We only just got started, right? Ha 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 ha. Rinse and repeat. Tommy or Zverev? Good question. I think Paul could beat him, but I'm gonna bet on Zverev. But I think it's gonna be close. 4 or 5 sets. Paul is not to play around with, and he leads that head 2-0. Paul could win. I'm betting Zverev, but if I wake up tomorrow and I see Paul won, I will not. I will be just as not surprised as if Zverev wins. So I'll make that clear. But I'm going to bet on Zverev. But I think Paul is going to test him. I've said it before. I'll say it again. I really think both Tommy Paul and Ben Shelton are going under the radar at this tournament. 15 love Badosa. I think the Alki Novak match will be a banger to the max. LOL. Yeah, exactly. I think the same, Lexi. I think it's going to be an absolute banger. It could be a top, like it could be the best match they play, or at least like top 2 or 3. Wimbledon and Cincinnati were really good, but it could be on that level of crazy, right? I think it's gonna. I agree with you. My feeling is what the fans are hyping it up, and I think it's fair. I think it's getting crazy hype, and I think it's deserved because it's gonna be crazy. I think Alcaraz Djokovic matches never really disappoint. There's always some craziness. Even Roland Garros, when Alcaraz started cramping, that second set was unbelievable, and Alcaraz hit like one of the greatest shots ever hit. Every match that they play, there's something exciting, and most matches that they play are just amazing matches. Like most, like Madrid, Olympics, Cincinnati, Wimbledon. All 4 of those are just sensational matches. And that's literally over half of the matches that they played. And yeah, and then ATP Finals had some incredible points and had that great 3-2 game in the second set. Their Wimbledon match might still be the best I've ever seen Alcaraz play, honestly. Their match at Roland Garros, like I said, had that. So every Alcaraz Djokovic is like Sinner Alcaraz. It's just like an event. It's fun. When Alcaraz plays the best players in the world, it seems to be a great time. Alcaraz brings his best, which is awesome. Backhand goes to the forehand chip of GAUFF, backhand of Badosa, goes to the forehand of GAUFF, forehand of Badosa, goes to the backhand of GAUFF, backhand of Badosa, down the line, goes to the forehand of Coco, forehand Badosa, goes forehand Coco, it's in the net. 40-30 for Badosa. Your chat says boo, but your heart says yes. So we're at 4, Novak in 4. Wow, big calls, Joseph. I'm taking Alcaraz in 5, and I'm taking Zverev in 4. But I think it's going to be really close. Could be 5. Could be Zverev, Paul in 5. Forehand goes to the forehand of Badosa, forehand of GAUFF, forehand of Badosa, backhand GAUFF, backhand of Badosa, forehand of GAUFF. That's in the net. 4 games apiece. If Djokovic wins the first set, I think it's going 5. I think that's definitely fair. Kvitova, your answer to which lady never got to number 1? Yeah, Kvitova is a great answer. I'm trying to think. What Sabatini, right? I don't think Sabatini ever got to world number 1, and she's a great shout. What about like Agnieszka Radwanska, for example? But she never won a major, right? Kvitova won 2 majors, so that's the big thing. I think Sabatini won 1 major. Pretty sure she might have won more than that. Don't remember. No, she won 1. Okay. She won 1. She got to a lot more semifinals. I promise you that. 4 games apiece. What did you say? Rinse, repeat. Now it's becoming a little bit stale, but let's see. Let's see if the end of the set is a little bit more. There's more excitement than we've had in the last few games. Forehand cross goes to the forehand of Badosa. It's going to go out though. 30 love. Reckon Goffel is really going to push for the break in the next game. Wimbledon last year was one side Alcaraz was peaking. I think it was the first sight we've had of peak Alcaraz, honestly. Alcaraz has been all-time good level at times, and he's been sensational. But I think that match was the first peak that we had at peak Alcaraz, like actually his peak, and what he's going to look like at, I don't know, 25, 26, 27, and how he's going to dominate. That match was a fantastic level. How's it going, Andrea? Hello, Anthony. I don't know if you agree with me, but I really think Novak can win the tournament. I don't think Alcaraz can beat him. Can beat him. Well, yeah, I mean, I disagree. Alcaraz can definitely beat him. Is he going to beat him? I don't know. I really think Novak can win this tournament. Yes. Alcaraz can beat him. Sinner beat him last year here. Alcaraz beat him. Alcaraz has beaten him before in big occasions. But that's fine. I mean, we can disagree, but I definitely think Alcaraz can beat him. The question is not if Alcaraz can beat him. The question is Alcaraz going to beat him? And that, I think it's really up in the air. I think Novak can win. I think Carlos can win. I'm just barely tilting towards Alcaraz. The reasons for that are Alcaraz is a monster in best of 5 and might have just be a little bit stronger if it goes 5 sets, the physical aspect. That's really what's tilting it for me. Otherwise, I'm kind of tilting towards Novak, but I think it's going to go 5. And in those moments, I guess I back Alcaraz at the moment a little bit more. And also, if it goes to that extreme, I guess Alcaraz wants revenge from the Olympics, right? Wasn't that the last time they played? So, yeah, that's kind of my thought. That's the only thing, though. Novak can definitely win. But the question isn't can Novak win? Yes. The question isn't can Alcaraz win? Yes, obviously. Both of those are obvious. The question, that's why the match is hyped up this much. The question is who's going to, and either man can. I think I'd slightly tilt towards Alcaraz just because if it goes 5, I guess I back Carlos. I'll be doing Novak Carlos. Expect all you guys there. Absolutely. Join in, guys. Even though it's going to be 6 in the morning, I might try to join in for part of it. I'll see, though. David turned up to stream the final. That would be cool. Yeah, that'd be pretty sweet. We'll be there if you provide the popcorn. I'm picking Novak for title. I think it's fair. If we end up with a Sinner's Vera final, I'm gonna punch something. Me too. I'm gonna join you in punching everything. I would love Yannick and Carlos in final. It'd be awesome, especially Carlos beating Novak on the way. Something about that, just it just feels right. It just feels right. Kind of a part of the passing of the torch, kind of a moment. I would love to see it, and I guess it's likely in a way. I mean, a lot of people chose that as the final. So, but Sasha Zverev is looking to play spoiler if Tommy Paul is not waiting to play spoiler to Sasha Zverev being the spoiler. There's a lot of dangerous names left as Badosa hits a forehand cross court. That's going to be out from GAUFF, 30 love. Virtual popcorn provided. Squeaky bum time. How's it going, Joe? Is this a good match? Not really so far. It's fine. It's not a great match. It's been pretty okay. I think Kerber is number 1 at one point, but not sure. If she wasn't, then she would be the answer, but I'm almost positive she was. She was. Kerber is number 1. Yeah. Kvitova is a great answer. Ons Jabeur is an interesting one. I don't know. I can think of players on the women's side that have been world number 1 that never won slams that are quite good. But in terms of never being world number 1, it's a little bit harder for me to think of. On the men's side, Juan Martín del Potro, it's insane that he never even got to number 2 in the world. Until 2018, he had never even gotten to number 3 in the world. Because frickin' not just Nadal, Djokovic, and Federer, but also Andy Murray were unstoppable for forever. So serve from Badosa. It's going to hit the net and go long. Second serve. So Juan Martín del Potro's one that I would name. Absolutely. Forehand goes down the line to the backhand. Goff, what a shot. Forehand, Goff running. Ooh, just in the net. Goff's forehand is is she's hit so many into the net already. And these are forehands she should not be hitting into the net. So I want to catch this again. Yeah, I don't know. She's just not getting up under it enough. Like, I don't know. She's not getting up under it. Marcelo Rios was number one, but he never won a major. Yeah, those kind of players are easier for me to think of. Did Ferrer make number one? Oh, hell no. Ferrer didn't even get particularly close. No. Ferrer was a great player, though. In my opinion, the best player to never win a major. I will argue that to the grave unless somebody else comes up. That's amazing. That never wins a major. Yeah, I don't know. Like if Fonseca never wins a major, like he might be the greatest player that never wins a major. But at this moment, Ferrer, I think, is the greatest player that's never won a major. And I really believe that. But forehand rally here as we go forehand to forehand. Oh, what a blow from Badosa down the line. Badosa says, listen, if you're not going to take charge with that forehand, if that's going to be a weakness today, then I've got a news flash for you. And it's that I'm going to be able to kill that forehand if you're going to feed it, even with any kind of shortness in the court, any kind of, if you give me an inch, I'm going to take a mile. Smacks that forehand. Forehand of GAUFF goes to the back end of Badosa. Back down the line. Forehand of GAUFF. That's going to go out. Love 30. Sablenka, yeah, Ferrer high number 4, I think. I think it was number 3, but I got Stan Wawrinka, got to be him. 3 slam titles, no number 1. Yeah, Stan Wawrinka is a good option. I give you Guillermo Vilas. He was technically number 1, but ATP don't recognize it, so he's the correct answer. Serve here from Coco. Backhand Badosa goes to the forehand of Coco down cross court. Forehand goes up high to the backhand of Badosa. Backhand of Coco. Forehand of Badosa. That's in the net. Ooh, one she would want back. 15-30. Good depth from Coco, though. But yeah, Vilas. Guillermo Vilas. It's kind of, well, okay, so it's kind of crazy that he never got to number 1. If they had the ranking system the same way they do now, he would have been officially world number 1. But he won like 20 tournaments in a year. So he definitely was the best player in the world, and he should have been ranked number 1. But anyway, it is what it is. But he might be the best. I reckon Del Potro is very high up on the list. Del Potro is another kind of league of a player. He was a world number 1 caliber player, no doubt in my mind. It's another forehand miss from Badosa. 30 all. That's Badosa netting forehands. If it's Zverev, Alcaraz semifinal, bad matchup for Carlos. Yeah, but no matchup is that bad of a matchup for Carlos because it's Carlos. That's my mindset. I think Alcaraz can beat anybody. It doesn't matter what surface, what court, what's going on. Like Carlos Alcaraz is Carlos Alcaraz. Like I'm really high on this kid. I think if he he's already played some great tennis in this tournament. I think that he can show up with a fury and win the big points against Zverev and outlast him in a 5-setter. Well, outlast him, and not physically, but backhand cross court. Oh, Badosa gets a backhand volley. What an outrageous shot. And a roar from Badosa. She gets the break point. That's a shot of the day without a shadow of a doubt. GAUFF hit an outrageous pass, and there's no way that Badosa was going to stick out a racket and get that back again. Want to see this again. It was outrageous. First, GAUFF with the forehand, the backhand pickup, but that backhand pass from GAUFF was nuts. She couldn't have done any better, but Badosa with a Hail Mary, backhand, volley, stick save. Backhand is a high one to the forehand of GAUFF. Forehand goes big. That stays in. Forehand Badosa attacking it. GAUFF can't do anything about it. Doesn't even stick out the racket. And it's 6-5 for Badosa as she's going to serve for this first set, 46 minutes in. Love this. Vilas get to number 1? No. Wow. Anthony Hale's going juice. Guga was great on red dirt. Yeah, won like 3 Frenches. But he was number 1 though, right? Pretty sure Querden was number 1. I'm nearly sure. Yeah, he was number 1. And then I'm waiting for Giovanni to win the calendar slam in face of disgraced two-handers. I want to see a one-hander dominate. Let's go for it, Andrea. That's what I'm waiting for too. We got to get the one. I was just having a conversation with somebody. Like, we got to get the one-handers back. I'll always be fighting for one-handers. Virginia Wade, I have no idea. I don't know whether she was number 1 or not. Paula had Paella before the match, yeah. Good stuff. Paella Badosa. Anyway, she's at 6'5". Serve goes to the forehand of Goff, backhand Badosa. I think that just hit the baseline. It did. 15 love. $15 all. Badosa serving for this first set. Forehand goes to the backhand of Badosa. Forehand of Goff. That's going to go wide. Forehand goes to the backhand of Badosa. Big shot, but it's going to go long. 30 all. This is a very big point now. Very big point as Badosa's trying to serve out this first set. Goff is 40% in breaking right back. So we'll see if she's able to do just that. That's very high. Tour average 31%. I'm surprised that number is as high as it is, but I guess, yeah, I mean, there are more breaks, I guess, on the WTA than ATP as well, but that's still kind of outrageous. That backhand, that's a bad miss. Just a bad miss. Goff doesn't calibrate the backhand correctly. 16th unforced error of the set for Goff, which is 3 more than Badosa has. And it is a set point for the Spaniard coming here. Can Goff mount a comeback in this first set, or is it Badosa's set? And will Goff have to win it in 3? It's not something that I expected, but Badosa is tough. Serve into the forehand of Goff. Forehand of Badosa. Forehand of Goff. Oh, it's going to go out. Badosa takes the first set. Wow. Didn't expect that, honestly. Great stuff. Badosa takes the first set. Do we have another upset alert going on in the women's draw? Rabakna out yesterday. Is Coco going to bite it today to another very good player? Let's see. 7-5 to Badosa. I mean, you called it, Joe. You're saying that she needs the stamina and everything. So let's see. I haven't seen the best of Goff this tournament. That's fair. I think that's fair. Ole. Steph can say in his seat. No substitutions necessary. They substitute him in anyway. And Goff's like, what the hell? Anyway. Good stuff there. I did not expect it, but Some good points. GAUFF definitely needs to improve that forehand to win this match. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Many years ago, at AO Serena played German player Carsten Brausch, unofficial match. He won in straight sets. Well, yeah, that's going to happen. Yeah, any of the best women's players taking on a top 100 men's player in the world, I don't think the women's player is going to win. Once again, that's no shame against the women's players, because even if Serena Williams loses to a top 100 guy, that doesn't make Serena less impressive than that guy. If you have any kind of logic in your head, you'll understand what I mean. Swiatek is ridiculous athlete. That doesn't mean that she'll beat the top men's players. She doesn't need to, though. Like, who's saying that she needs to? Just idiots. All right, we're about to start the second set. True that, yeah. All right, GAUFF to serve to start out the second set. Backhand cross court goes to the backhand of GAUFF. Forehand of Badosa goes to the backhand of GAUFF. That's a winner. 15-love for Coco Gauff. First serve in the net. GAUFF definitely is not at her best. I'll say that. But I felt the same way against Bencic in her last match, and she found a way through. A couple times. She was not at her best. She found a way through anyway. So that's what the best players can do. We'll see if GAUFF can do it again. 15-all. She needs to use this as a practice for Sabalenka, if nothing else. And she could lose, but we'll have to see. I still feel like GAUFF's going to win, but I do think it's possible Badosa gets through, because Badosa is world class and she is playing pretty substantially the better tennis so far. First serve in the net from Coco, second serve coming. Backhand Badosa goes to the forehand of GAUFF, just completely mishits it. 15-30. WADA aren't appealing the Iga thing. Yeah, I saw that. I mean, it just goes to show that not every case is the same, which is definitely true. I need to look more into it before I can say much about it. I can speak more about the Sinner case because I've actually looked into it, but the Iga case I haven't looked into enough, to be honest. Just haven't looked into it all as much as somebody who can have a deep opinion on it. Goff's first serve percentage has got to be extremely low. I'm going to check after this, but it feels like neither player are making their first serve very much, but particularly Coco. Forehand of Gauff, pretty short to the back end of Badosa. Again, goes to the back end of Badosa. I'm not really sure why. Forehand now goes to the forehand. I mean, that's why opens up that spot to hit the forehand. So not a bad play, honestly. 30 all. That forehand, yeah. I mean, that's usually why if you're going to hit to an opponent's AK stronger shot, sometimes they do that so that they open up the space to the weaker, which is definitely not a bad strategy. I just can't make a first serve in the court. So let me check the stats here, but actually it's not that bad, 64%. I don't know. Maybe it's just like the last few games. It just feels like Gauff is not making that many first serves. I don't know, but forehand Badosa goes cross court to the forehand of Coco. Forehand of Badosa way up high. Forehand of Gauff very short. Backhand Gauff down the middle. The important rally here. Backhand's in the net. Gauff going for the right shots, but they're just not going in, unfortunately. Her racket has other ideas. 30-40. Badosa 1 for 3 on break points. Serve Gauff. Goes to the forehand of Badosa. Up high to the back of Gauff. Cross court. That's too good. Through the court. Hitting through the court. Back to deuce. Surely Gauff can't win AO playing like this. Oh, absolutely. Well, playing like this, 100%. She's not. We'll see if she can get about 7 or 8 tiers above this in terms of level. And then maybe she can win. Gauff can play way better than this. And she knows it too, by the way. Backhand of Badosa goes to the backhand of Gauff. Backhand Badosa. Down the line goes to the forehand of Gauff. Forehand Badosa goes to the forehand of Gauff. Forehand Badosa. Forehand of Gauff down the line. Backhand Badosa. That's in the net. Vantage Gauff. Let's go, Coco. I feel like I'm a couple of moments away from starting a USA chant. USA. Let's go, Gauff. Come on, Coco. USA, USA. All right, we got advantage to Gauff here. Trying to get out of a tricky game. First serve, that's in the net. Second serve. Backhand cross court goes to the backhand of Badosa. Forehand of Gauff, that's in the net. It's just, she's hit about 500 forehands into the net. Maybe like 499. Maybe. Gauff should come to the net more. I agree. She's got to mix something up, right? Badosa's here to play, 100%. Demonor mom crying last night. Yep. Saw that, Joseph. That's a nice moment. I also saw Demonor after the match saying that he's so intense on court because he's thinking about getting money for the wedding budget, which is so funny. They just seem like, I don't know, that whole like family and stuff just seems like a sweet, nice, cool group of people, which is cool. He's gonna have a tough match against Sinner. I think Demonor can win a set against Yannick. If Sinner isn't feeling that much physically better than he did in the last match, then it could actually be like a big, interesting like kind of match. But if Sinner's healthy enough, then I reckon Demonor's not going to win more than a set. But I mean, likely he's not going to be at 100%, seeing how he looked in the last match. So we'll just have to see. This is the most interested I've been in a Sinner Demon Wars match result in a long time. But yeah, it's gonna be tough. Big serve down the T from GAUFF. Advantage to Coco. I reckon Sinner's got that one. Honestly, Demon is so consistent. I mean, he's just so good. I'm a Demon fan. Yeah, 100%. He's so good. I mean, we might. I don't mean to say this in the wrong way, but we might actually, in my opinion, might be currently experiencing peak Demonor. Like, this might be the time for Demonor to beat Sinner, because he might be at his peak prime right now. Like right now, he's peak confidence, peak level. Because right now he's playing out of his mind. Like he's really playing fantastic all year so far this year. He's playing really good. So I don't know if he's ever gonna do it and not go down 20-0 like Gale against Novak. This might be the time to do it. Serve out wide, forehand chip of Badosa. Forehand a GAUFF down the line. Just makes that in. It's a game of inches. Advantage to Coco. Serve into the net. Deuce. Sinner Novak final. Yeah, could happen. Demon can beat Sinner, but can't win 1,000. Well, yeah, I mean, I don't think that's. Yeah, I mean, well, okay. Well, first, obviously, yeah, I'm gonna keep. Not all my takes are gonna be that consistent, but also, I think that like beating one player once is definitely easier than winning a whole Masters 1000. People underrate how hard it is to win a 1000 these days. Sinner did not look healthy against Runa, so it just depends on that. Like if Sinner's shaking like that, I think that it's going to be interesting if Demonor can make him run a whole bunch. And Demonor in majors this is a new kind of Alex Demonor at majors. This is the first time he's got to the quarterfinal of Australia. It's his fourth slam quarterfinal in a row. He's playing mighty good. That's a good forehand from GAUFF. Saves a break point. Gets to deuce. This is seemingly like an important game. Is Coco suffering from doubles, Anthony? I mean, maybe, but I mean, like it's I don't think she is. I think she's fine. Also, people default to that doubles isn't as important as singles. I like who's to say it's not? It just depends on, you know what I mean? Like what are you prioritizing? Like if you win a doubles Grand Slam, you still won a Grand Slam. But even outside of that, I think Coco is way fit enough that she can do both. And it's worked for her in the past, so I don't see why. I don't think it is. In Australia, it is hot, though, so it could be something, but I think it's fine. Players like McEnroe have said before that they used to love playing doubles and singles because it meant that they would always just stay fresh and keep their bodies moving, and also that they felt more confident being able to play doubles and get confidence from those doubles matches. So I think it just depends on the person. Coco seems to have had success doing that so far in her career. We'll see if she keeps going. Serena and Venus are examples of that. Sorry, I meant double faults. Oh. I go on a whole spiel that doesn't even have anything to do with what you said. Break point for Badosa. Badosa hits a forehand shank. I just answered a question that you didn't ask. Is she suffering from double faults? 135%. Yes, she is all day. I mean, double faults are her biggest weakness right now. She is like, it's really not helping her cause here. She needs to get those double faults under control. From my experience watching players, it's often it takes course over the course of a whole tournament. It's rare that I see a player having issues with double faults early in the tournament and then they get it fixed by the end. So that might just be something that she has to find a way to fight through. But I mean, I don't know what that was off the back end. Is a bad day from Coco? I don't know. It's starting to seem like it might be just that. Advantage to Badosa. Things looking real dire for Coco. Things in tennis change real fast, though. So Badosa wants to pounce. She better pounce and not let her prey out of sight. Forehand to Badosa, goes to the forehand to Coco. Inside out, back in Badosa. Well, that's in the net. Break point after break point save from the American. It's deuce down in Melbourne. Anthony was defending Coco with his life. Coco and George won Cincinnati a few years ago. Now he's ranked 102. Yeah, that's true. But yeah, they beat Rafa there. Like, you're talking about beating one player versus a Masters. I'm just like, people. He also beat Steph. He played out of his he played insane there. Like, people are really underrating. Even Poprin, when he won freaking Cincinnati, like, he played insane in that tournament. That's the level that he played to take out Novak. When Novak was playing like a top 5 player, but so was Poprin. Like to win a Masters, you really have to play at a top level. Pretty much. Like, Holger Rune hasn't won a Masters since Paris when he broke through. It's not easy to win a Masters. Auger Aliassime has never won a Masters. Marty Fish never won a Masters. Nishikori, Raonic never won a Masters. Monfils never won a Masters. Backhand way up high, goes to the forehand of Coco. That's going to be out. Badosa does break. Coco is all over the place. 1-0 for Badosa. Coco needs to figure it out real quick, because if not, it's all trouble all the way down. Type convo, yeah. Badosa, I like GAUFF just kind of jogging back to the baseline. She's if you're expecting GAUFF to quit, she's not going to. That doesn't mean she's going to win. But Badosa has the lead here, 1-0 in the second. Sir, from Badosa, Coco Gauff is in trouble. Forehand return, another forehand in the net. Sabalenka will be licking her lips if Badosa wins. Good friends with Paula, but that head is so one-sided. Gauff is the real threat in the semis for her. 100%. I agree. That's a good point. Yeah, matchups are a real thing in tennis, and Coco's the threat. I agree. And even those 2 sets last year, Gauff could have won that first set, and it was extremely high level, very high level match. So I expect Gauff's not going to be afraid of the moment, and she's going to want another chance at it against Sabalenka down here in Australia. Backhand down the line. Forehand's in the net. That forehand is just... Coco's forehand has reverted back to 2021. Not 2025, 30-15. Yeah. Well stated there. I agree. Serve into the net from Badosa. Second serve. It's going to be a double fault, 30 all. Forehand Badosa goes to the forehand of GAUFF. Backhand of GAUFF. Goes to the backhand of Badosa. Forehand of GAUFF. Sliced. Forehand of Badosa. Backhand of GAUFF. Forehand of Badosa. Smash Badosa. It's a good shot. 40-30. Great play from Badosa so far, by the way. She's played a really good match. But GAUFF clearly not at her best, but it's just Badosa's outplayed her. Kudos to her. 40-30. Can she keep her foot on the gas pedal? Or is Coco going to fight her way back in? First serve into the net. Second serve. Backhand GAUFF. That's going to go wide. 2-0 for Badosa. GAUFF is an unforced error machine at the moment. Just unforced errors. Not creeping into her game, just oozing out of her game. 18 winners, 30 unforced. That's the just 17 from Badosa. This is not good either, by the way. Geez. This is not good either. Coco wants this number to be up for sure. And she definitely needs this number to be up. And she does not need this number to be any more up than it is right now. It is up enough. It is high enough. She needs that number to go down. I mean, I guess she can't take away the unforced error. She's already hit. But unforced error percentage, she needs to hit less errors. Second serve coming here from Coco. Forehand Badosa. I think that's a winner there. Yep. 15 all. Forehand Badosa goes to the forehand of GAUFF. Backhand Badosa. Cross. Great shot from Badosa. Forehand comes in cross court. Forehand of GAUFF. Ooh! And is that going to be a big moment in this match? What a shot. Saw the match from either player so far. That was a hell of a point from Badosa. But Coco, that is outrageous. She just goes for it, right? Right inside the line. That is an outrageous piece of athleticism from Coco Gauff. That's why she's one of the best athletes in the world. The movement is stellar. Hits through that forehand perfectly. Put that in a painting. And hang in the Louvre. 40-15. Big ace from Coco. Trying to get to 2-1. You staying up for Tommy? Nah, I'm heading to sleep right after this. I'm going to sleep. I'm going to try to wake up for Djokovic Alcaraz. I've decided. I'm not sacrificing Djokovic Alcaraz for his Zverev match. Let's make that clear right now. Gonna say where I stand. I'm gonna watch Djokovic Alcaraz. I'm gonna go to sleep, and then I'm gonna try to get enough sleep and hours for the Djokovic Alcaraz match. What a hell of a return from Badosa. 2 points back to back there. Crazy. Serve GAUFF goes to the back end of Badosa. Back into GAUFF down line. Great shot. 2-1. Good stuff, Coco. No. Good shot there, though. So let's see. Let's see. Maybe she can find something. I'm trying to keep up hope. That was much better from Coco. Absolutely. Some momentum there. Was that the same time as Nori? Yes. 2021. That was a very memorable final. I thought that was the best match of the year that year in Indian Wells. I remember watching that whole thing live. I will only watch Novak. Yeah, fair enough. Not your boy Tommy. Good morning. Good morning, Marcel. For me, it is 9 p.m., but different time zones. I'm not as very fan. I hardly seen Tommy. Paul is the most under the radar player I've ever seen in my life who's going to be top 10 next week. Like Tommy Paul is so under the radar, and it literally doesn't even make any sense. He's American. He's a great athlete. He's a nice enough personality. Like the fact that like he rarely gets any attention really makes no sense. He's very what's the word? There's a good word for it. That's on tip of my tongue. There's a great word for it. He's very abbreviated in the way he acts. Like he's very not underwhelming. That's mean and rude. That's not what I'm trying to say. He's not a flashy, big kind of personality. He's very just goes about his business. And even though he is flashy, it's not like hitting like between the legs shot. Like he's just kind of, I don't know, but he's got a bit of a swagger about him. Like I don't know. I think if the media gave him the right coverage, like he could be a star. But the media is just not really doing that. He's so under the radar. He's just a great player outside of how flashy he is. I think he's very solid. He does well against the top players. I'm assuming no. It's kind of like abbreviated. It might be a synonym for abbreviated. It's like under something. There's a great word for it. It means exactly what I'm trying to say, which I guess is the hope with words that I say. It's starting to bother me. So word for it. Unassuming is pretty close, but there's another word for it. Ooh, what a backhand from GAUFF. She nails that. I knew it right as soon as it came off a racket, even though it only landed about an inch in. Great shot. Suddenly, Coco has found some life. Hell of a shot from Coco. She's found a new level here. That forehand pass is the shot that changes this match if Coco keeps going like this. Potentially, it could change the match, I should say. Let's see. Forehand goes to the back end of Badosa. Forehand of GAUFF. Forehand of Badosa. Forehand of Coco down the line. Goes to the back end of Badosa. That's in the net. And it's the forehand that has been troubling Coco. So getting confidence off that forehand because of that pass could be a big thing. And her movement up to the forehand, I feel like, has been fairly weak. So that shot, which honestly I think is one of the more memorable shots I've seen GAUFF make, because it really was a great shot. That could be the turnaround, the shot that turns around this match. And if it does, and GAUFF comes out to have a run at this tournament, that could be the shot of the women's tournament, or one of them. That goes out from Badosa. So 2 games all here in the second set. Understated. Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Faison. Yes. Oh my God. That like itched something in my brain. It was on the tip of my tongue. Jesus Christ. I think I just yelled into the mic by accident, but I was excited. Come on, Coco, win this. Yes. Flick switch and Coco after the last game, 100%. After that shot, to be specific. Let's go. Here comes Coco, 100%. 2-all. Understated. Yeah, Paul's very understated. He doesn't make a big deal out of anything, just goes about his business. And even the flashy way that he plays, he's pretty understated. Like he just kind of, he's like the Djokovic of flashy players. And he's American. Like, I don't know, like you don't, I don't know. It's hard to say, but I don't know. For whatever reason, he's not marketed that much, and people rarely talk about him. But he's a great player, and I think he goes under the radar all the time. Serve from GAUFF. Forehand of Badosa. That's in the net. 15-all. Forehand lob way up high. Smash Coco. Great shot. Put away 3-15. This is a brand new Coco Gauff after that pass at 2-0. 15 all. That was what I say. Some points in games are more important than others. You wouldn't expect a point at 15 all 2-0 to be potentially the most important point of the match, but that was. If Coco does come back here, without a shadow of a doubt. I mean, no doubt. Back in cross court, great shot, 40-15. That's why I love the sport. And that's why you need to stay, what's the word, alert and motivated and pumped throughout. Serve goes out, second serve. It's a double fault again. Coco, without her mistakes, is such a weapon. Yeah, she's a great player. I agree. When she's on, she's on. When she's on, she is at times the best player in the world, one of the best players in the world, no doubt. She's capable of beating anybody. We've seen that. Second serve coming here from GAUFF. Forehand of Badosa, very short. It's puzzling forehand from GAUFF. I mean, that is a shot that I feel like I maybe could have put away. I don't know. Like that was not pretty. Just got to make that in. Makes a mess of that into the net. Forehand way up high. The forehand of GAUFF. That stays in. Forehand Badosa up high. Back in GAUFF. Up high. Back in Badosa. Oh, GAUFF's there. What a great get with the volley. Badosa there. Love the hustle from GAUFF. Going for every shot, every ball, but doesn't matter. Hour and 23 minutes played so far in this match. Badosa with a break point. Hell of a shot. I thought Badosa was going cross court for sure. Great down the line shot. Serve down the tee, forehand drop shot. Badosa runs. Another important point here. Lob, smash. That's going to be too good. Wow. Wow. All of a sudden, quick points for Badosa. She's got to break again. How did that happen? That was quick. I mean, not a great play from GAUFF to drop shot. Wasn't a good drop shot. At deuce, I mean, strange play from GAUFF, honestly, to hit those lobs. And then I didn't really feel, I feel like she rushed coming in. The forehand error at 40-30. Just a puzzling 3 points in a row from GAUFF. Absolutely puzzling. Now, 40-15, I believe she had a double fault, no? Totally puzzling. And Badosa again at 3-2, so totally puzzling there. Wow, I'm shocked. Yeah, it's another break. Last Spanish woman to win major, Conchita Martinez. Thanks for a stat, Joseph. Last Spanish man to win a major, Mr. Carlitos Alcaraz at Wimbledon last year. But yeah, Conchita Martinez, when was that? Oh, yeah. Right. Okay. Yeah, Martinez defeated Navratilova in the final 6-4, 3-6, 6-3. I said, oh, yeah, because I forgot, but at one point I knew this. This was Navratilova's last final of her career. Conchita Martinez beat her in the final. Out of nowhere, that happened. Crazy. She loved Badosa. First serve goes out. Second serve. Back in GAUFF. Goes to the back into Badosa. That's in the net. 15 all. GAUFF is going to keep fighting. She broke her once. She's going to feel like she can do it again. But what will Badosa do to stop that? That's the bigger question than what can GAUFF do to come back. It's more about Badosa than GAUFF, in my opinion. Because we saw what GAUFF is capable of to even this out. Badosa needs to just stay at the level she's at and maybe even raise it a little bit. But she's playing just fine. Great match from her so far. For me, maybe an A or A- performance from Paula Badosa. Very good. Forehand goes to the back end of Badosa. Backhand, cross score. That's in the net. 40-15. Los Sanchez Vicario, Spanish? Yes, pretty sure. Nearly positive. Yeah, she was Spanish, yes. Oh, I didn't know that. She has older brothers that also played professional tennis, apparently. Emilio Sanchez. I've seen the name. And Javier Sanchez. Wow, Javier Sanchez, a former top 10 doubles professional. Former top 10. Wow, Emilio Sanchez, former world number 1. I wonder if they probably played together, I guess. That's my guess. Don't know. Anyway. Dios mío, Coco, what is going on? Yeah, it's crazy. This has gotten away from her in a hurry. She should have made that forehand at 40-30, 2-2. I want to see the version of the match that happens if she makes that forehand. But tennis is tennis. There's no if doesn't exist. As the great Rafael Nadal has said. By the way, the sport is not the same without you, Rafa. Forehand of Coco goes way up high to the back end of Badosa. GAUFF out of position, but it's largely due to Badosa. Forehand inside out, lob, drive volley. Oh, she missed it. Is that going to come back to bite her as well? Reminds me of the forehand that Coco missed at 2-2, 40-30. Some points that could be turning points. That is a shot she should have made all day. It wasn't the easiest shot, but it was easy. For her standards, it was very easy. For the standards of how she's been playing this match, she's still 7 points away from the victory, taking out Coco. She's at 2-4, 15 all still. Backing down the middle. Coco hitting deep in the court, and that's too deep because it goes long, 15-30. Bad day from Coco. This is not anywhere near her A level. We only saw her A level from 0-2, 15 all to 2-2, 40-30. Outside of that span of points, we have not seen anywhere even close to A level Coco. It's really strange, actually. Back and cross court goes to the back end of Badosa. Volley Coco. Trying to go back behind Badosa. Lob, smash, put away GAUFF. Got scared for a second because that smash just stayed in, but 30 all. This is a must-hold game for Coco. Must hold. I still feel like Coco's in this one. But she's got to hold here. 30 all. Serve from Coco is nearly an ace, but just goes wide. So it's going to be a second serve. Big point. 30 all. Back in Badosa. Goes down the middle to the forehand of GAUFF. It's deep in the court. Good shot. Backhand. Goes to the forehand of Badosa. Forehand of GAUFF. Hits over. That's in the net. That forehand has just been an absolute mess. A match to learn from, I guess, for GAUFF. But I don't know. It's just that forehand, right? It's just that forehand is a weakness. That forehand is a weakness. She's got to go down on these double faults. I don't know if maybe she's exhausted or mentally exhausted. There wasn't that much of an offseason. She won the WTA finals, and then she started off the year winning United Cup. I don't know what it is, but I would have thought that's good momentum coming into this one. Tournament she did well in last year, to be fair, but it's a double fault. It's going to be Badosa who serves for the match. Great match from her. And Coco, that's just made a mess of it. I think we got another upset here. Rybakina yesterday, GAUFF today. Man, I had Coco winning the tournament, but Sabalenka three-peat looks a little bit more likely. What about Swiatek or Svitolina or other players doing well? Badosa could win. She could. The way Badosa lined that smash up looked awkward, yeah, but that's not the same without Rafa. Yep, exactly. Forehand not working. Yep. Break back, Coco. You can do this. Lack of rest, I guess. That's what I feel. I'm not Spanish, but I'd go for the kill. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Joe Mama. Chica. You still have the best name, Joe. Chica Onya Rimba. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. I probably did. Marcel. Joseph. Sean, Ghost, Terry, everybody was joined in. All right, well, let's see what kind of fight Coco has here. I mean, people have come back from stranger situations, but this would be a comeback for the ages, no doubt about it. Serve from Badosa now. Out wide to the forehand of GAUFF. Forehand of Badosa. To the back end of GAUFF. Forehand of Badosa. Goes cross court to the forehand of GAUFF. Forehand of Badosa. Inside out to the back end of GAUFF. Cross. Forehand Badosa. Goes to the forehand of GAUFF. Down the line. Big shot. Lob way up high. Smash Coco. God, she made that close. Jesus Christ. Why did she cut that so damn close? Yeah, that was about 100 miles per, like over 100 miles per hour, and it caught like the outside edge of the sideline. Gave me a damn near heart attack, but anyway, love 15, love 15. Good first rally there. Great forehand down the line. Forehand chip. Forehand of Badosa. Forehand squash shot is fantastic defense from GAUFF. Forehand. Oh, Badosa letting GAUFF back into this rally. Should have gone line. Oh, big forehand down the line. GAUFF looking for a quick break. Usually when somebody does come back from a 2-break deficit, that first break is rather quick. And it shows some finishing yips and nerves from the server more than anything else, in my opinion. Love 30. GAUFF does not know how to quit. Her one weakness. One thing she doesn't know how to do. Love 40. All of a sudden, Diane, Paula, Coco can still come back, but I hope not. All right, fair enough. How's it going, Marcus? Love 40. And yeah, Badosa, Spanish superstar. Killing it out there. But it's GAUFF with the 3 break points. Second serve here from Paula. It's forehand the net from GAUFF. 15-40. Serve into the forehand of GAUFF. Forehand of Badosa. Squash shot. The forehand of GAUFF. Back into Badosa lob. That's going to be out. Let's go, Coco. 3-5. Come on. First break back. Let's go. Let her cook. 100%. Very game on. Absolutely. Still a very possible comeback to do here. What was it, Swiatek last year against Daniel Collins? Wasn't Collins up a double break in the final set? I'm pretty sure that's right. I think it was like, pretty sure she was up a double break in that third. Backing down the line, lob way up high, smash Badosa. Oh, GAUFF's there. She returns it. That's going to be in. Forehand. Up high, forehand of GAUFF. Down the middle with the forehand of Badosa. Backhand slice is very good. Slice from Badosa. Forehand to GAUFF goes cross court. What a rally. Backhand. Down the line goes the backhand to GAUFF. Backhand down the line from GAUFF. It's forehand to Badosa. Goes out. What an effort from Coco. Ooh, what a fight. That was not an easy smash to return back. And what a rally that ensued after that. A point that should have ended 15 shots earlier. Badosa should have done more of that smash, but what a get from Coco early on. Anyway, good fight from Coco. 15 love for Badosa. Good sign that Badosa is able to hang in tough there. She is 3 points away from the victory here. She can break Coco. She's done it quite a few times this set already. Second serve here from GAUFF. This is every point from this point onwards just matters a lot. Forehand. Oh, cross court. What a forehand. That might be Coco's best so far in this match. Outside that passing shot that she had earlier in the set. That's got to be her best forehand yet. That was a really good one. That was a big forehand from Badosa. And that is how she uses her forehand. Backhand of Badosa goes to the backhand of GAUFF. Back cross court to the backhand of Badosa. Forehand of GAUFF. Backhand of Badosa. Forehand of GAUFF. Cross. Forehand of Badosa. Forehand of GAUFF. Big. 30-15. Coco coming back like a storm. In this set, it's been 8 forehand winners for Coco versus 2 for Badosa. Great numbers. It is still Badosa with a break, but Coco trying to fight her way back. First serve goes wide. Second serve. Forehand to Badosa. It's in the net. 40-15. GAUFF bringing out her A-level when she's down under pressure yet again. Anthony's prediction is back on. Well, actually, it's not your prediction. I said Coco in 2, but anyway. I should have just ran with that. Shouldn't have. That's the beauty of the WTA in a weird way. Yeah. Paul just needs to not get tight, should not blow 5-2 lead to lose the set. No. I agree with you. That forehand again. But Coco's broken twice. Come on. Yeah. Come on, one more. Yep. Wow, what a drop shot from Badosa. 40-30. Good disguise from Badosa there. Serve down T forehand. Badosa, it's going to be back on her side. This 5-4 game is going to be very compelling. I kind of think GAUFF's going to break, but all right, well, this could be a very exciting and important moment in this tournament. I mean, it is a very exciting, important moment in this tournament. I don't know why I said could be as if it's like not happening right now. And I meant to win this tournament. Oh, yeah, for sure. How long has GAUFF had her coach? How long has GAUFF had her coach? She split with Brad Gilbert after the U.S. Open last year, no? So since then, I guess. I'm not great with coaches and stuff. That's one of the so her new coach, Matt Daly, she's been he became the coach of Coco since September 2024 after she split with Gilbert after the US Open. So I mean, GAUFF still can win the tournament. So can Badosa. I mean, I think they're both capable of it. GAUFF definitely is because she's won the US Open. 5-4. See what happens. I guess if same thing happens as it did at 5-2, GAUFF is going to be just so locked in here. But we'll see if Badosa can bring on some big serves, just like that one. She hits an ace down the tee, 15 love, 3 points away. GAUFF needs to just be 100 fully locked in right here, right now. I'm going to turn on the sound a little bit so I can hear the crowd as well, because I think they're an important part of moments like this in a match. First serve in the net. Second serve. I think Paul and Zverev are playing on this court right after this as well. Sabalenka, Pavlyuchenkova obviously playing the first match of the night session, and then that will be followed by the big one, Djokovic Alcaraz. Serve goes to the backhand of GAUFF, down the line, forehand of Badosa. Goes to the forehand of GAUFF, hits over it to the backhand of Badosa, down the line, forehand of GAUFF, down the line, backhand of Badosa. That's going to be out, 15-all. I was talking about GAUFF locking in, Badosa needs to lock in. Serve out wide, forehand of GAUFF, way up high. That's going to be out. Great serving, 30-15. Not with that forehand, yeah. The game is afoot. Split with Brad, yep. Nope. That forehand's got to be way better. And you know it. Oh, big serve from Badosa is called good. That was close. That's an ace. That serve has come in handy for Badosa, 40-15. I don't know. Watch out for Badosa. She's dangerous. I mean, so a lot of dangerous players in the draw. Svitolina, Badosa. We could see a first-time slam champion yet again, but I don't think many will be that surprised by those as a first-time slam champion if it happens. Forehand Badosa, that's going to be a winner. Coco Gauff is out the day after Yelena Rybakina falls out of the draw. It's Coco out in straight sets to Paula Badosa. And it only took an hour and 43 minutes. Not short, but not, it wasn't 3 sets. Great win for the former world number 2, Paula Badosa, announcing herself back to the top echelon of the women's sport. And she gets to the semifinals. And what a win in the career of Paula Badosa. Coco will need to work on that serve. She'll need to work on that forehand. And she'll need to go back to the drawing boards. But she's still so young and still a fantastic player. And she's had a lot of recent success in a big way. So Coco in no way. Quarterfinal isn't even that bad of a loss. But Paul played great. So Coco will be back stronger. But Paula Badosa, what a win for her. All right, I appreciate you guys tuning in for this. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Joe. Appreciate it. Hell yeah, I'll be back for more. I prefer Svitolina out to win AO. Yeah, it would be cool. For sure. Zob versus Iga's a lock. Well done, Paula. What a win. What a win. All right, I'm gonna head out. I'm gonna head out. I'm gonna head out. At least we got to see them thighs against the not all event. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Thanks, Harry. All right. I'll see you guys later. It was Paula Badosa in 2 sets over the American Coco. And 7-5, 6-4. Hour and 44 minutes. Such a good performance from Paula. And what an upset over Coco. Coco, not a good performance, really. In the second set, just a couple moments where she stepped up her game a little bit, but double faults, forehands into the net, not great. So stuff to improve, but it happens. And Paul Badosa, fantastic. I'll see you guys for the next one. And check out Djokovic versus Alcaraz happening later tonight, right here on Quality Shot Tennis. Faison will have the call for that one. Check that out. I'll be watching as well, hopefully. All right, I'll see you guys later.